Welcome back, fans, to another episode of the ECHL Insider, where today we will bring you an update on the Kelly Cup Finals. But before that, new coaches have been named for 3 ECHL franchises, so let's fill you in on the coaching changes. The Greenville Swamp Rabbits parted ways with Kyle Mountain after their disappointing finish last in the South Division, but they have named a new head coach. It is Chad Costello, the former associate coach of the Rapid City Rush. So Costello will take over in Greenville in the fall. Also, the Greensboro Gargoyles, the newest franchise starting this fall, has named Scott Burt to be their new head coach. He is the former head coach of the Rapid City Rush, stepped away for parts of last season due to medical reasons, so he is good to go. His contract was not renewed in South Dakota, so moving from Rapid City to Greensboro, and Scott Burt will be the first coach of the Gargoyles. And finally, the Cincinnati Cyclones have named Riley Weslowski as their new head coach, the former associate coach of the Kansas City Mavericks. Mavericks for the last 2 seasons with the associate coach of Weslowski, very good, reached the 3rd round of the playoffs this season and the Kelly Cup Finals and a Brabham Cup last season. So all 3 of these really solid hires, and we wish the best of luck to all of these franchises this fall. Well, now, the moment we've been waiting for, the update on the Kelly Cup Finals. It is 3-1 Trois-Rivières. Lions will take you back really to game 1, where it was the Walleye winning game 1 3-1, and a 2-1 game with an empty net added on. Standing room crowd went nuts in the Huntington Center. What an atmosphere that was. And really, it was just Trois-Rivières opened the scoring in the second period, but the more aggressive team after that, I feel like, was Toledo. They responded very, very well after giving up the game's first goal in the second period, and Toledo would go on to win that game 3-1. Now let's take you to Monday night's game 2, also in Toledo. 5-1 Trois-Rivières won that, but different from game 1, Trois-Rivières did, again, get the first goal in this game, but then they just kept pounding. They kept pressing. With despite giving up the second goal, it was 1-1, but Trois-Rivières just kept pressing. End of the first period, they get a goal to go up 2-1 at the locker room. So just after that, they kept pressing. 3-1 going into the third. They got 2 third-period goals and were able to tie the series. Going into game 3 in Trois-Rivières on Wednesday night, it was really close game, all the way through. Trois-Rivières did go up 3-1, and then Toledo got a late goal with Jan Bednar on the bench, but not enough. They would fall in that game 3-2. And really interesting, Jan Bednar got the start in game 3, and all playoffs long they've been rotating goalies, but in game 4, Guylander should have played. He did not. So Toledo decided, we got to put our best foot forward. We're not playing Guylander. He gave up 5 goals in game 2. We're putting Jan Bednar out there. So in game 4, 1-1 in the third period, and a dagger really from the blue line, screen in front, got past Jan Bednar, and that ended up being the game-winning goal. 2-1 Lions, and then they added on an empty net. So, but really going back to that, Toledo had the man advantage late in the third period. They could have tied this game. They had every opportunity to, but couldn't cash in on the power play, a 6-on-4 advantage, and then the Lions would fill the empty net and win 3-1. So coming in now to Saturday afternoon, it's game 5, and Mr. Kelly, 90 years young, he is in Trois-Rivières to possibly give out the cup in game 5 if the Lions can win, and for the first ever time win the Kelly Cup. So Toledo already pushed to the brink here in a game 5 coming up. We will see what happens. Obviously, we'll give you an update as soon as we can, but just look for game 5. Look for Toledo to be aggressive out of the gate. That is what they have to do. Luke Kavlin, we've talked about it all playoffs long. He is exceptional goaltender for the Trois-Rivières Lions. They need to get screens in front of Kavlin, take his eyes away, get some shots, put in some rebounds, just the greasy goals, as people like to call it. Shots in front of the net, get a rebound, get a tip. That's how Toledo has to beat Trois-Rivières if they're going to win in Game 5. You're not going to get point shots going past Kavlin, just beating him clean with no traffic. You have to take Kavlin's eyes away. So you got to tip pucks. You got to get rebounds. That is going to be the keys for Toledo in Game 5. And for Trois-Rivières, be aggressive. They've got the first goal in all 4 games. They need the first goal again on Saturday afternoon. They need to continue to be aggressive. The difference is just shocking. You know, you look at Game 1 after they took that lead, and then games, 2, 3, and 4 after they took the lead. Just completely different, I feel like, Trois-Rivières' approach. They got to keep being aggressive, keep pounding away, and play the game in the offensive zone. But if they do that, they're going to be Kelly Cup champions on Saturday. But we'll see. I think it is huge who gets the first goal, obviously, on Saturday. If it's Trois-Rivières, again, Toledo's going to have to step up, tie the game. But either way, we'll give you an update. And make sure to enjoy that game. What a crowd, by the way, in Trois-Rivières. A sellout for Game 4. So we will see, obviously, it will be a packed Game 5 as they could lift the cup with a win. So now make sure to check out Vincent Sevigny's game-winning goal in Game 4. And we will be back with you to declare a Kelly Cup champion next week.
Turned away, holding the near side post nicely was Bednar, and another shot from the line, they score.